Good afternoon and welcome to a Wednesday special with myself and the lovely Danielle Bradley. We're here today to talk to you all about exercise and the importance of nutrition when we're taking part in fitness to help you with your overall wellness and your overall health, not only mentally and physically, but also spiritually as well. Eating healthy could definitely help you in that aspect. So I'm known as Danielle. I'm a part of We All Fit, and I am a personal fitness coach. I work alongside the director Mihai, who is a mindset mentor and also specializes in nutrition and boxing coaching and other fitness. I would like to introduce you to the lovely Danielle, who will be talking to us all about nutrition today. Hello, Danielle.
Hello, lovely to be here. So I specialize in naturopathic nutrition, which is all about food and wellness and being. Also, you know, what to eat properly when you're exercising and fitness. I came to become a nutritionist because I suffered with irritable bowel disease. Oh, it's horrible. And I changed my way of thinking of food. I changed my way of, you know, enjoying food in a different way and seeing food in a different way, which then gave me this passion to go on to helping other people, basically. So I now have a passion to help people in a nutritionist way. And I'm grateful to be here today, and I can't wait to talk to you all about healthy eating and what to eat when you're exercising.
Amazing. It's lovely to hear how you ended up on this journey as well. You know, it usually takes something to, I shouldn't say go wrong, but something to help us to turn a different direction on our path, just to live a healthier and more fulfilled life. So I'm sure there's other people out there that's probably experienced the same issues. So we got a couple of questions for you, Danielle, in your area of expertise. And one of them I would like to ask is, are there any natural alternatives to sugar? As you know, sugar is like the biggest drug right now in the market. You know, it's legal. You can have as much of it as you want. It's addictive. Is there any natural alternative for sugar? And will it have the same taste and effect as sugar does?
Right, what I will start with is so many people believe if they buy a product that contains if it says it contains natural sugars and natural colours and stuff like that, it actually 9 times out of 10 is worse for our bodies than actual sugar itself. Which, if you look into it, do a lot of research into it, because you'll be shocked. I was when I found this out myself. But 3 things that I will highly recommend that are healthier option is coconut sugar, because it's come purely from a coconut. Everyone knows how amazing coconut is for your skin, for your body, the natural fats. So coconut sugar is a yes from me. Also maple syrup, because it comes from the sap of the tree. So that is another natural. And I guess, I can't say for sure, but I'm guessing those 1,000 years, 2,000 years ago, people were all eating it, because that was where they were getting their sugar from, wasn't it? These 2 highly recommend. Stay away from the especially like Coke Zero and stuff. You think it's got no sugars in it and it's healthier for you, but if you look at the ingredients, it's even worse for you than the sugar that's in a normal Coke. So yeah,
that's really interesting, because they've hyped going to the Coke Zero thing. They've hyped it so much that Coke is so dangerous with the sugar that they even increased the price of it. You know, and for you to say that is going to be a massive eye-opener for a lot of people, because a lot of people thinking moving away from normal Coke to Coke Zero is like the biggest transformation they could make in their life, when actually they're probably doing more harm than they would just drinking a normal Coke.
Yeah, and it goes for a lot of products are the same. Look at the sweets, for instance. You have sugar-free sweets. Everyone's craving for them. Everyone's like, wow, I want these sweets, give them to my children. And they're actually causing upset stomachs. They're causing diarrhea, because the stuff that they've got in these products are just not good for our bodies, basically. But they're selling them. They can get away with selling them. because they're not actually got sugar in them. So yeah, I'd 100% do research before you buy a product. Just because it's labelled it's a healthier alternative doesn't always mean that it is.
Wow. Okay. I'm really interested in trying the coconut sugar. Maple syrup, I like honey anyway. Maple syrup is big for pancakes.
Honey, obviously, I don't advertise honey. You know why? With me being a plant-based nutritionist, but that is another amazing alternative. If you're going to go down that road, I will say honey is for your body amazing, and it has a lot of healthy purities about it. So that would be my third. I just didn't want to hype it, but obviously for health reasons it is good.
Yes, and I'll just put in play here as well that Danielle is a plant-based nutritionist, so she talks about vegetables, fruits, and stuff that actually protects the environment and protects the animals as well. So very interesting stuff here about the coconut sugar and maple syrup. I did not know maple syrup come from trees, so I learned something new today. Amazing. Our second question today, Danielle, is for you is, are there any fruits and vegetables that are high in protein? And to elaborate on it, do they have the same effect and repair characteristics as meat would have and chemical supplement protein?
Right. So I highly recommend, if you're working out, taking the supplements, because they help with losing weight and muscle gain, right? I will always say take them. If you're going to be exercising or just an active person in general, a very active person, then take those, because they are really good supplements, especially if you're not got a really wide variety diet. When it comes to meat, they're a lot higher in essential acids, amino acids, so you need less of it. That doesn't mean you need 20 grams of meat and you need 100 grams of plant-based. It doesn't mean that. It just means that a steak, for instance, would have all the amino acid that you need, and then broccoli, you'd probably need 3 broccolis to get the same amount. Does that make sense? So you would need more plant-based to get it, but at the same time, I highly recommend, if you're going to get protein, get it from chicken, because it's got less trans fats. So it's healthier all round. If you're going to eat meat, eat chicken over red meat, basically, because the red meat's got such high fat content. So eat the chicken, eat fish. But then if you're going to eat vegetables, I'd suggest broccoli, sweet corn, green peas, potatoes. Potatoes are another good one, and they're actually a complex carb, and so they're healthier alternative, and they're good for weight loss.
Right. And how about fruit? Is there any fruit that helps with this as well?
There is fruit's very low. Fruits, there is protein in pretty much anything you eat, but you might get 0.1 grams or 1 gram. So technically, I wouldn't ever suggest go and eat this, because you'd need to eat. I don't know how fruitarians do it, because you need to consume so much of that fruit for it to have any benefit on you. Like, you can have 8 grams of protein in 1 stalk of broccoli, which is good, 8 grams, but then you could have 3 oranges to get that same amount. Yeah, so you'd need to consume so much fruit in contain. But I'd highly recommend things like beans, or any beans, black beans, lime beans, pinto beans, anything beans. They're brilliant, and they're full of iron as well, which is also needed. You need iron to absorb the protein from the foods. There's also some staples. You can have 2 lots of protein. If you add the 2 together, it becomes like a super protein. So basically, you add them together and your body absorbs it a lot easier. And one of these things is beans and rice. Amazing. If you can eat beans and rice, you're getting a super buzz of protein, basically, and it's a healthier alternative. So then, if you're going to eat red meat, cut the red meat out and eat beans and rice, because you're having a massive boost, and it's a healthier alternative for your body.
Okay. And is there a difference in whether it's brown rice, white rice, black rice?
Yeah. I'd try and stay away from white rice, because it's got a highest White rice has
Wow.
got the highest amount of arsenic in it. If you're going to have a lot of white rice, make sure you soak it, and I mean like soak it overnight to get less arsenic out, because most fruit and veg does have a little bit of arsenic from the ground. They absorb it from the ground, but the white rice absorbs more than anything else. So I'd highly recommend not eating too much white rice. Go for more brown or whole rice.
Okay. And when it comes to supplement protein, obviously there's a lot of chemicals in it, a lot of companies. I know there's very, very good supplement companies out there, and some of them sort of use chemical to make up. For what would you say about when you're choosing supplements?
To be honest, I've only just started supplementing myself. I've had to research. So I've researched probably 8 companies now, and it is amazing how much of a con some of these proteins are. I would highly recommend go for more natural. So if you can go for like an organic, because organic, you're getting what you're paying for. It's organic. You're not going to have no nasties in it. Also go for something that you 100% know that other nutritionists or other qualified people are taking themselves, because if you know they're taking it, it's obviously going to have the right ingredients in it. It's not going to have harmful chemicals and blah blah. But yeah, I've 100% researched. I found 2 at the moment, and I'm trying out the 2 because I'm new to it myself, so I'm trying out the 2. But I hopefully going to go for the organic over anything else, because anything organic's better for us.
Yes, and you know what's in it, especially being a nutritionist. Obviously research the names of it. They use a lot of fancy names, which can throw people off, and they're like, oh, it must be healthy because this is a really fancy name. So would you say research is one of the main things? And only
take it if you're going to be exercising, if you're high, if we're like we're doing this training with yourself. Only take it then. If you stop doing your training and you're just going to sit around on the sofa, the worst thing you can do is carry on taking protein shakes. You need to have that balance. You need to be active. You need to be training or doing something. Or even if you've got a really busy job, like one of my jobs, a dog walker, I got to be out and active all the time walking the dogs. So it will benefit me. But if you've got a job where you're going to sit in an office all day, don't take protein shakes, because your body doesn't need that added protein, doesn't need that added boost. It doesn't need to have things that's going to make you gain muscle when you're not doing any exercise to gain that muscle. If that makes sense?
Right.
It's going to be worth for you in the long run.
Yes, because the protein plays a big part in the muscle repair as well, doesn't it? So if you're not tearing the muscle and working it, is it just going to turn into weight gain?
Well, yeah, I'd highly suggest it would. It either turns weight gain, or you'll end up with health problems, because I don't know if you've ever noticed, there is such a thing as taking too much protein. You can become very unwell from consuming too much protein. Which is another thing, we can talk about that another time. But yeah, there is such a thing. Everyone always panics, am I getting enough? Am I getting enough? And 9 times out of 10, all of us are actually getting enough protein. But I do recommend the supplements if you are training hard, because it's not going to harm us. It's not going to harm us, but it will harm you if you're not going to be training.
Yes, that makes perfect sense, Danielle. Okay. The third question we got for you today is, what is it in food that causes weight gain? And is there certain food that should be consumed to support or increase weight loss?
Yes. So as you know, first of all, sugar's in a lot of things, and also a lot of people have sweeteners. Sweeteners are another thing that can cause weight gain, especially if you have a lot in coffee and your sugar in your tea. So that's the main thing. Stay away from cakes and biscuits and white chocolate and milk, that sort of things. Yes, you can still consume it, but have it as a treat. Have it like once or twice a week and enjoy it as a treat. Things that insoluble fiber, for instance, it goes straight through systems. It doesn't keep you full. It just goes straight through, and then you're eating more, which then can also cause weight gain, because you never feel full. You just want snack all the time. Whereas if you have soluble fiber, it forms as a gel. Once it hits the stomach and it gets the water in it, it forms like a gel, and it keeps you fuller for longer. And then in that way, you're less likely to snack, you're less likely to overeat. So yeah, I'd highly recommend soluble fibers and warm lemon and cucumber. Cucumber is amazing for weight loss. You wouldn't believe it, would you? It just looks like a nothing. It's just like water. But no, cucumber, that's a soluble fiber. So even though it looks like just water and nothing, once you eat it, it does form a gel, and it makes you fuller for longer.
Okay, so, yeah, that's amazing. You know, lemon is like it's like the main food in our house. We never without a lemon in the house. We use it for anything and everything, you know. But warming it would just help with, like you said, make it. So is it when it's cold? Will it have the soluble fiber?
It's still okay cold. You just get more out of it when you warm something up. Say for instance, tea. If you drink an infused tea cold, you're not going to get the proper nutrients. You're not going to get that. How do you put it? Oh, well, anything. If you warm a kettle up and you put it in, you get more out, don't you? The warmthness draws more out. So if you're going to warm the lemon, you're getting more of it. Unless you're going to sit there and eat a lemon. I don't think you're going to sit there and eat a lemon. So yeah, I highly recommend. I start the day every day with in the night. I put some sliced orange, and sliced cucumber, sometimes some mint. Put it into a flask or a pint glass. Put it in the fridge. As soon as you wake up in the morning, drink that, and it literally detoxes your body, ready for the day. And obviously you got the cucumber and the lemon, which helps with weight loss. So
amazing. Yeah, and it's interesting to learn about the soluble fibers, you know, that helps with the weight loss. Cucumber, we love cucumber. We make some nice salad out of cucumber as well. So
everyone eat their cucumber, and you get your water too, because you may get
exactly.
You may only get 20% of water from your diet. So if you're going to eat things like cucumber, then you're getting that hydration from your food.
Amazing, absolutely. Okay, number 4. This is the one everybody goes crazy over, you know. I'm a personal trainer. I eat quite well. I do have a snack quite a lot. I think I commented on one of your posts.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for chocolate. But I've never been a sucker for the calorie counting. So my question is calorie counting important when you consume only fruit and veg?
Right, so this is a good one, because I'll tell you 3 things now. Obviously, everyone knows calorie counting, if you're going to eat meat and dairy, is very important because they're high in calories. They're very, very high food, especially dairy. You know, they're all high calories. But if you're going to eat mainly fruit and veg and beans and rice, they don't contain high amounts of calories. It's really hard to actually get, for instance, say I need 1,500 calories a day. For me to get those calories, I need to eat a lot of fruit and veg to be able to get that amount of calories. So one banana is like 115 calories in one banana. I'd need to eat like 6 bananas to have the same amount as a cooked breakfast that you would eat. Does that make sense? So it's very, very hard. And I couldn't sit there and eat 6 bananas. I don't know if you could, but I just couldn't. It'd be really hard. So no, and if you're eating full fruit, veg, or whole place, if you're eating whole plant-based, then no, you don't need to, unless you're a pig, you know, and if you look at animals, for instance, they eat and eat and eat. You don't see them obese. You don't see them.
It's true.
You don't see a fat monkey, do you, or anything, because they don't, because they're just eating the food that's low in calories, basically. So yeah.
And it sort of balances the body, I guess. The fruit and veg, it balances the body. The body uses the nutrients that it needs, and then it passes out what it doesn't need. With the meat, it sort of sticks, doesn't it? So if you overeat, it transforms into fat, or it's just going to get stuck in the arteries and stuff like that.
A good thing with fruit as well, it only takes 30 minutes to digest. So you're not feeling sluggish. You're not feeling. If you're going to snack on anything before one of your sessions, I was going to say this as well. I'd highly recommend fruit, because it only takes 30 minutes. And And if you're going to eat fruit before a meal, try and wait 30 minutes before you eat the meal, so your body has got that whole time to proper digest your fruit first. And it's a balance and a whole foods that come naturally from their source, that are not processed, not got loads of oils and fats on. That's what you need to be consuming. Not same with you eat meat. Eat meat from your butchers, not processed, chicken nuggets and stuff. Don't eat that sort of food, but eat the whole the natural food, basically.
Yes, and when you go to the butchers, you notice the difference, don't you? Like if you buy a piece of chicken compared to what you'd buy in a supermarket, usually in a supermarket, in my experience, the meat sort of shrinks. Whereas if you buy it from a butcher, it doesn't really. It stays the same size, which is quite interesting, and makes you wonder what's the difference here.
Yeah, that would be because of a lot of reasons, because of the way the meat's grown, because of the factory farming, but also it would be, if anyone's watching this, they're going to go, "You're a rubbish vegan," but I don't care. I'm telling the truth, basically. So obviously with the butchers, it comes straight from the farm to the butchers. So from the farm to the slaughterhouse to the butchers. It's really, really quick, so you're getting it really fresh. With the supermarkets, it could be sat in a warehouse for 3 days before it's even shipped to a supermarket. Then it could be sat there for 2 or 3 days. So you're not getting that full freshness. And the longer you leave it, the less goodness you're going to get out of it in the long run. So 100% recommend, if you're going to eat meat, get it from the butchers, and try and limit the amount of red meat you have as well.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Got it. Okay. Number 5, when exercising, what would be the 6 foods, fruit and veg, organic, lentils, beans, would you recommend that will help the body to recover?
You need healthy fats. So you need things like, an amazing one is avocados, which you think, right, it's full of so many nutrients in it, and peanut butter. But make sure you get whole peanut butter, organic peanut butter. There's some peanut butters out there that are just peanuts, and I only worked this out yesterday, and I was like, no way. This is amazing, because some of them have so many bad sugars in them, which I didn't even know as well. So look at your labels, check your labels. Soya milk is amazing, as it's full of vitamins. It's full of salt, like I think I said the other day, didn't he, about salt, which I was a bit shocked about as well. So yes. I've been having salt on my tongue after my exercising now. So yeah, so I highly recommend them. Lentils, lentils are a good one. Fruit, and consume. I always say go for one fruit, and is it mono eat the fruit? So say you like watermelon, go for half a watermelon and mono eat that. Don't go for watermelon, strawberries, raspberries, because there's so much going on, and all of them needs different ways of digesting. So if you pick the one, your body then only has to work for that one thing. So yeah, I highly recommend that after any session. But also whatever, to get your healthy fats in you, so your nuts, your seeds, avocados, that will help your joints as well.
And would you say berries are one of the best fruits to consume after exercising?
Yeah, berries have got so many antioxidants in them. They are amazing. Berries are good for your mental health, for your skin, for your nutrition in your body. They're superfoods, absolute superfoods.
Carolina, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But that is amazing. Oh my God, did you know you could actually live off just that? Which is, I was shocked. Like, I was like, what do you mean you could live off just that? But it's got so much goodness in it. It's got loads of protein, iron, vitamins, minerals. If you're going to add anything to your smoothies, I highly recommend adding a spoonful of that. And flax seeds. I go mad for my flax seeds because they're full of omega-3s. So yeah, get them in you.
That's interesting. As we exercise, our joints become more mobile. Some people experience soreness in the joints, especially the wrists and ankles and around the knees. Is there a way to eat that will support the lubrication and strengthening of the joints?
I was speaking to you the other day about this. It's like the anti-inflammatory diet is amazing. If anyone like free of charge now. If anyone needs to know anything more about this, because I know that a lot of your clients, as I was watching, I think it was Zoom the other day, and I noticed they have problems with their joints. But if they want to know any information about the anti-inflammatory diet, just give me a message, and I'm free there to help them. But it is basically limiting things that are going to make your body inflame, and that means processed foods, white bread. White bread is awful. Then there's things like anything with sugar in. There's crisps, because it's high in oils. Because if you've got sugar and oil, you've got like coconut oil, olive oil, all those sort of things. In an oil form, all the nutrients, there is a bit of nutrients in it, but most of it is drained out because it's made in, it's cold pressed into an oil.
Yes.
So a lot of the nutrients are the same, but all the calories are still behind and all the fat. So it's really bad for, well, it clogs up your arteries. It can also cause diabetes, a lot of problems. Limit your red meat. I know I go on about that, but there is a lot of reasons why you need to limit your red meat, and switch to chicken, switch to fish, because these two are very, very good, healthy, or any seafood. They'll maintain a good balance in your body. I always add a lot of plant protein as well. If you're going to eat chicken, add some beans as well, add some rice. Do your research on the grains, because a lot of grains out there, so many different grains, mix and match. So if you're going to have quinoa one day, then have rice the next, because you're getting so many different benefits from each product. So yeah, there's a lot to limit, but if you limit those things, or at least really cut down on those things, your body then won't be fighting against itself, because at the moment it is fighting against the stuff you're putting in it. It's trying to stop the badness from sticking to your body, basically, which then is not giving your joints or the good parts of your body, it's not giving it any attention, because it's like, well, you can wait because I need to fight this off. So yeah, that I swear by the
that makes perfect sense. So you think there's like a sort of clogging effect that happens?
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of people just don't know. A lot of people just don't realize this. They're just eating and eating and eating and not realizing. They think, well, the worst thing ever is if you're going to have things that inflame, so you're going to have your processed foods, your sugars. If you have that and your body then becomes inflamed, when you do have something like red meat that's got a lot of trans fat in it, that fat will just completely stick. If you wasn't eating the sugar, the white bread, if you wasn't eating that stuff in the first place and your body wasn't inflamed, then the fat's not likely to stick. So you can get away with eating a few fatty meals because your body's not fighting against itself, so it's not going to then draw it and stick it to your stick it to the arteries more than anything. It's not going to do that. So yeah, that's why. And if you do stick to this diet, you'll notice a difference in your joints, and if you have back pain, you'll notice a difference in that. And it's good for a lot of illness and a lot of problems.
Amazing. Danielle, a lot of people take diet advantage. Some people say, oh, I work out, I don't need to have a diet. Oh, I'll never get sick, that's why I don't need a diet. How important is it for our bodies to be able to have the food it needs, as opposed to overconsumption of stuff like fast food burgers, like you said, red meat? I'm aware of it, but just let our viewers know a little bit about that. Right.
Well, if you look back to, say, even just as long as 50 years ago, right? Not even that long ago, people wasn't eating what we eat now. They were eating it as literally as a treat. So no, they weren't eating meat for breakfast and then dairy for lunch and then meat for dinner. It just wasn't heard of. You couldn't afford to eat like that. So you ate more rice and beans and things that are a lot cheaper for your body, basically. And you eat more fruit, your veg, which doesn't cause inflammation. It doesn't cause any illness. It doesn't cause any disease. And then fast food places came around and supermarkets became more convenient, and people were like, oh, everything's getting cheaper and cheaper, so we'll consume it more and more. And if you do it, I highly recommend anyone watching this research 50 years ago what kind of illness and diseases were around then and what's around today, because heart disease has skyrocketed. Obesity, look in America, you're looking at 1 in 5 people in America have heart disease or something wrong with their heart due to their high fat and the high processed foods in their diet. So You can snack, you can have a treat. I have a treat. I know what's in. You can have a treat. I'm not saying you can't have a treat, but don't have a treat once or twice a day, you know, because it's not a treat then. You're using that as your daily diet. So
yes,
you know, and if you are going to treat, give yourself some health, right? If you're going to eat your chocolate bar, I know you love your chocolate bar.
yes.
If you're going to eat your chocolate bar, then go and eat an apple or an orange or something afterwards to give yourself a bit of a, okay, I've been naughty, but it's okay because I put some goodness back in me. You know, as long as you don't, so that's what I'd highly recommend. And look into it, because you'll be amazed what we used to consume to what we do now, and the difference in our health is amazing. Like I can't believe the difference.
This is the $1 million question. Can we heal ourselves by eating correctly?
Yes. And I say that because there's a lot of evidence and a lot of proof of that, myself included. You can. I'm not saying you have to go fully plant-based to heal yourself, but I would say look at what you're eating. So, okay, like I said, get rid of your red meat, because you're not going to heal yourself eating that, or eat it once a week as a treat, you know, on your Sunday dinner, have it as a treat. You can always reverse. So you can always reverse what's wrong by eating the right way. If you're obese, for instance, and you're eating a lot of fast food stuff, and then you go, right, okay, I'm not going to eat fast food, I'm going to eat homemade, because if you eat homemade, you know what's going in it. You eat more homemade, you'll notice that your whole turnaround, you'll lose weight a lot quicker, because you'll know what you're putting in your food. So how do you know, even if you go to a restaurant, how do you know exactly what they put in their food? Because they don't give you an ingredients list, do they? You don't know.
Exactly. It's true.
Home cook all the time. I always swear by it. Home cooked. If you're going to have a treat once a week. And I say that as in, if you're going to go to McDonald's, or if you're going to go for a takeaway, no more than once a week, because it's pointless. You're giving yourself all this goodness, and then you're taking it away again. And it takes a lot more time to heal and detox again, because that's what you're basically doing. You're detoxing out your body. So you can.
As the nutritionist, Danielle, I'm going to ask you this, because I hear this excuse so much in our line of work. It's so expensive to eat fruit and veg. It's so much cheaper to buy da-da-da-da-da-da. How do we respond to that when, in my experience, I see the contrary? It's a lot cheaper for me to eat fresh. And how do you deal with that?
A few ways, actually. One of the best ways is we don't just eat fruit and veg. If you're just going to eat fruit and veg, then yes, oh my God, I don't think I could afford to live off just fruit and veg, because you need to consume a hell of a. I got a family of 4. I couldn't afford that. No way. That's why you add things. You add your rice. You add your couscous. You add, how much is beans? Beans. You can get a bag of like black beans, which are so good for you, and you just boil them up. Or lentils, for instance, to make mince. They cost nothing. A bag of lentils, and you're getting your iron, and you're getting your protein, and it costs next to nothing. But it's the people that don't like to cook or struggle with cooking from scratch. Then these people are going to say, well, it is a lot more expensive because I can't put lentils in the oven. You know, like you can cut up a chicken and you can put it in the oven. It's easy, and then you can whack some frozen peas, and it is easy, and that's the way I used to live. Then they're going to say it's more expensive because they're going to want easy, quick food, and the easy, quick food are a lot more expensive than if you're going to buy. And also organic is expensive. I know that. I buy organic, but I recommend everyone buys organic, because you know you're not putting nasties into. But if you can't afford organic, at least buy 1 or 2 things a week. If you're going to, say for instance, fruit that you're going to eat straight away, not cook, try and buy organic, because you're not cooking the nastiness off, if that makes sense. So organic, but then buy your, I know, broccoli and stuff from the supermarket. You can eat. I eat a lot cheaper now than I did when I was a meat eater. I definitely do eat, and I've got to feed 4 of us. So before anyone judges, look at the bigger picture and look into it, I'd say.
Give it a little bit of go. And our main message here is to research, isn't it, Danielle?
Yeah, because I can sit there and talk to someone, you know, so if someone wants to come and talk to me about anything, you know, I can, but obviously I'm just one person, and some people are a bit skeptical, but that's just one person saying it. That's why I always say, do your research, look into things, because then it's not just one person saying it anymore. There's 20, 30, 40, 100, whatever. There's more people with, and these people also have scientific evidence to back up what I'm saying. So yeah,
yes.
Google's your best friend when you want it to be.
It's true. Yes, you just need to go to the next page sometimes too, rather than staying on page one where all the sponsorship stuff is. So thank you so much for your time today. Do you have anything to add to inspire us?
Just be mindful. Be mindful with what you're eating. Always think before you're going to cook something, before you're going to eat something, just be mindful and say, do I need this, or is there an alternative? Am I okay to have a snack? Yes, you are okay to have a snack, but just put something in healthy afterwards. And, you know, away you go and you'll feel the difference. And it's lovely speaking to you today.
Yes, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And we'll connect with you and speak to you soon.